Man, that's yeah, really
Lots of people.
I'll do some more.
It's gonna be a long meeting. Do we need more? There's some chairs over here too.
Are there, okay. Alright. Okay. No.
I saw it, the post office today.
He's not gonna be here today. He's really tired.
Figure, but.
Yeah, he's fine. I talked to him.
I bought it. Don't use it.
Oh, I did. It's all done. Day before yesterday, Sunday. He was home, he was tired. He said, "Be glad to get out of the hospital. It was so noisy in the hospital." So he just feel really good, but I got a good night's sleep and everything. So I didn't talk to him.
Because I just get.
I think he's fine.
At least he's getting some rest.
Yeah.
There's no back entrance. I went out there to the break with the padding.
You have to sit up on top.
My feet won't reach the ground.
Feel like a kid again.
I'm gonna call this meeting to order. It is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. This is our regular monthly town board meeting. We start by the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Mayor Winky,
Present.
Ms. Patterson, Mr. Shy, Mr. Fulton, Mr. Nordike,
Present.
Mr. Wilhelm,
Present.
Mr. Yago.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Very good. We recognize visitors, starting in the back, please. State your name and
Janet
location.
Rhodes, Janet Rhodes, West Custom.
Thank you.
Hi, Connie Thompson, resident. Mr.
Young Trevor.
Peter Ford, what's up this?
Delana, Director of Planning and Zoning.
I'm Cheyenne.
Brian Woods.
Dina Woods.
Susan Carlin.
Richard Beatty.
And oh, we have some people on one. Oh, I'm sorry.
They're over here. We're the peripheral over here. Richard Beatty.
And Jill Beatty.
Okay, very good. And online here we have, please state your name online.
Bob Krug with Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool.
Okay, thank you. I know. He does, he wanted to introduce himself.
Alex.
Our attorney's here, so, all right, folks, we have a consent agenda in front of us. I would accept the motion to approve.
Motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, all right. Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Under old business, consideration of a request to approve ordinance 4/2025, amending sections 732 and 7315 of the West Cliff Municipal Code with respect to obstruction of sidewalks. And Randy, you want to take this, or should we have our attorney?
You can have the attorney, but I do have one question for you. On section 2, A, should we maybe putting in something there about parking? Because that's where, you know.
Parking. So in terms of obstruction of parking, or is there something in particular? Okay.
Parking areas, because you've got these sidewalks and the curb and gutters and everything in the street, but you don't say anything about parking area.
Yeah, and that's because my understanding of our discussion last time was that the issue was outside of the curb and gutter. So beyond that, in what might be considered the right of way of the property. So my understanding was that we were worried about obstructions that were being placed right next to the roadway that were blocking pedestrians. But we can absolutely also amend a parking section. So we do have a parking section in the code of ordinances as well. So I would recommend if we want to make that kind of change, we should probably come in and amend that section as well. I don't know that you would want to do that here in, 7-3-15,
Oh, okay.
if that makes sense. But we could absolutely put that draft together and have it for the December meeting as well, to take care of the parking obstruction issues. Although I do believe there's already some provisions in there that we might be able to use.
Okay. That's the only thing that I had a question about on this.
Other questions?
Will this still allow for like the tables and chairs that are down in front of Sugar Lump and in front of Chappie's? Still, can we still have that?
That I think's in another part of our ordinances. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, there's a sidewalk permit that they have to get to have tables and chairs out there.
Okay.
I think it's a good part of their business. I don't see Chappie's in it so much more, but I do see Sugar Lump.
Sugar Lump, yeah, their tables
Yeah.
take up the whole,
Yeah, they're good.
excuse me, the tables take up the whole sidewalk sometimes.
Yeah.
And that may be something that they want to look at. Remember when Chappie's, when they had the
Right.
tables outside in the parking area? That may be something that Sugar Lump wants to take a look at.
Well, we approved that during COVID,
Yes,
and that was the purpose, was to, COVID's no longer a problem, so they can sit inside. It was a numbers issue so that's why I approved that. Okay, further discussion, this ordinance? I would entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance number 4-2025. I'll second it.
Then moved and second, further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I'm going to, well, first, we have an update on the street lights. I got it on my agenda, it's right here. And so, anyway, before Dina talks and have her talk, but Neil, can you just update us quickly on the 4 lights on Main Street that are broken and what we're doing about it?
4 lights on Main Street between 5th Street and 6th Street. There's 2 each side, north and south. They cannot get the parts anymore for that particular light, so they just want to swap out the heads for different heads that meet dark skies requirements. And we just needed to pick one, black or silver. Well, I mean, not silver, it's kind of goldish. I'll pass them around.
We had to pick out what.
I don't know if you want to pick them out now, or I don't think it has to go to a meeting for, it's just replacement of
We're
parts.
just replacing the parts. I just want you to know that we're doing that. It's on the agenda. We don't need approval. It's just to fix something that's broken, so.
I have a question. What color light's gonna come out of it? You got yellow and white down there now.
We're trying to get them all the same shade, so it'll be the 300 aluminum,
What color?
3000 aluminum, I'm sorry. Color is gonna be the dull, yellowish.
Yellowish. The color of these
Black.
on Main Street. What
Black.
color are they now? Black.
Black.
Okay, I think we ought to stay with black then. Otherwise, we're gonna have different colored.
Okay, Dina Woods, we're moving you to the top of the agenda.
Okay, am I supposed to go up here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so as everybody might be aware, we are basically last minute taking over the Parade of Lights on December 6th. So with that, I just need to set a time And talking with many, I mean, we've had several people already want to participate in the parade, but their biggest concern is, and their biggest request is to have it later and have it at dark. So I'm trying to figure out, I guess there is a tree lighting ceremony that we're trying to work around. So I just want to make sure that we get it set at a time that is, everybody is happy that it's dark, but then we'll also coordinate with the tree lighting ceremony. So for instance, coming in here, it's 5:20, it's not really dark out. So I was hoping to push the parade to either 5:30 or 6, but I don't know what that would do in regards to the tree lighting ceremony.
Well, I don't know anything about the tree lighting ceremony and.
Does anybody know the tree lighting ceremony?
She's talking about the one you normally do in Just Price Park, say
Oh,
light up the
okay.
town. That's the tree lighting she's talking about.
Okay. December 6th, I'll be here. Okay, well, we can do it we can time it all together and turn the lights on at 6 o'clock.
I was gonna say if we can set the parade at 5:30 and then maybe just say the tree lighting directly after the parade, approximately 6 o'clock, if everybody's comfortable with that. But
Sure.
I think if we start at the Bluff at Country Store at 5:30, by the time they get down to the center part of West Cliff, it will be dark enough and all the participants will be happy.
Okay.
So everybody, then it doesn't get as cold. So 5:30 is okay, because I was needing to announce that time, but we just had to get approval first.
That's fine.
Okay? Good? Perfect.
Question?
Yes, Jackie?
I think, isn't that the same day that Christmas Carol is going on?
It's the same day that a lot of stuff is going on. There's
So I
a
just
whole
wondered, a lot of
slew.
times in the past.
I have a poster in a minute.
Oh, okay.
We're all here and I know it's not my time slot, but
Okay. So I don't know what time that is, but there are
I think it's
events.
at 5:30.
so basically it's listed now that the parade will be at dark because we didn't know the time.
Right.
And then the tree lighting ceremony is 5:30 parentheses following parade. So we can change that still. We haven't printed these all out.
Okay.
And then the Christmas Carol stage reading at the Jones Theater is like after that. Like we just tried to be very vague. 'Cause
So there is not a set time, or is there?
we don't have any set time listed right now.
Okay, so will that conflict anything if we do say the parade is at 5, starts at 5:30, and then we can follow through with everything
We'll
afterwards?
put 5:30 if you want. We just said dark.
Okay.
We can put 5:30.
Okay, well,
If you want us to-
everybody's sticky about having a time, otherwise.
We still have time to change this.
Okay, that's why we're here, so. Anybody else?
It's good.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, we do need a motion to approve that. So I'd accept a motion to close Main Street on December the 6th for the Christmas parade.
Make the motion.
Second. So it's moved in second for discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dina.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, the next item on the agenda A, consideration of request to move the town C-Safe Colorado Surplus Asset Fund bank accounts to CSLIP, which is Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool. Rob Kruger. Rob there? Rob?
Yes, I'm up here.
Go ahead, you're up.
All right, thank you very much, Mayor and trustees. Some of you may remember me when we opened up the C-Safe account. I'm thinking as far back as maybe pre-COVID 2019. Were any of you on the board back then, or do you recognize me?
I was on the board. We were on the board.
Very good, very good. So back in the late spring, there was an unexpected change of management. And I thought I was going to be a part of it. And the new group decided not to bring me in. So I had a wind down period during the summer and was invited by the administrator of Centennial State Liquid Investment Pool to join them. They are the same under state statutes in terms of how we're operated, how we're regulated. Pretty much a clone, if you will, of CSAFE. And I had approached Erin maybe a few weeks back to update her on my situation. And we had a very good business visit. And so it was her suggestion that I bring Centennial State before you to consider if you would like to have me to continue being the town's relationship manager.
Okay.
And if anyone has any questions about the fund, feel free to ask.
Okay. I do. I'm just trying to recall what CSAFE, how liquid the funds are. If we
Sure.
need it.
Funds are liquid on the same day. You can get them as long as a request is put in before 12 noon with Centennial State.
Very good. What's your rate of return?
Right now, it's in the 4% range. All of the pools have dropped back slightly due to the recent Federal Reserve cut that I'm sure everyone is aware of that took place a few weeks back. And so the pools tend to follow the Fed funds rate. The good news is the Fed chairman indicated that they are going to be slow to drop rates moving forward. We have State Street Global Investment Advisors that manages CSLIP. They are one of the largest money managers actually in the United States. And they took on the role of managing the pool a year ago and just have been an excellent resource. They keep the fund about 20% liquid, just to give you an idea. And on any given day, we might have 1 or 2% of the fund coming in or out on any given day. So we have very sufficient liquidity and have not had any liquidity issues at all. Some other mountain communities that utilize CSLIP, we have the town of Mountain Village, the town of Frisco, Pagosa Springs, Gunnison, and Pueblo County Treasurer is on our board.
Very good. Further questions, anybody?
How does Centennial State compare to what we have right now? CSAFE.
So comparatively speaking, it's the same type of pool under state statutes. CSAFE has a second pool called CORE that has some different internals than Centennial State. And I guess what I mean by that is it can invest funds a little bit longer. They do, however, use this main CSAFE fund as their source of liquidity. Centennial State uses overnight repurchase agreements. And so that's viewed as a little more conservative approach. We also have a little lesser amount of commercial paper. It's below 50%. CSAFE is over 50%. And then we have about 20% in government agencies. So I would say CSLIP operates a little more conservatively. And yield-wise, that could mean between 5 and 10 basis points in the big scheme of things.
Other questions?
I'd kind of like to know what, it'd be Erin and Melanie that have to deal
Right,
with
and
this.
we get around it, it's just, okay.
What are the other advantages of doing, making this change?
Well, if they don't yield as much, I don't see an advantage myself. It's hard to say just based on what we've heard here. I'm not an investment manager, so I don't really know. But their yield is a little bit lower, 10 basis points, 20 basis points lower, he said. So, it's still under the same.
Oh, not 20 basis points, a few basis points.
Few basis points, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have 20% of the fund in government agencies and about 40% in AAA rated commercial paper. And then our liquidity position is in overnight repo. And so that was by design by State Street. And that,
Well, thank you. So we have not had a problem with CSAFE, in my memory. And we were pleased to do it when it began because of the interest we could get. That's dropped a little bit because interest rates obviously have come down. So anyway.
Are the funds available to us at any time, or do we commit?
If I get a request in noon that day,
I see.
we'll get the money that day.
So we don't have to tie up a certain amount of it for.
We can put as much in as we want.
no, ours is
So like a CD.
liquid on a daily basis. But you're getting the advantage of locking up securities without having to wait for those to mature. That's the advantage of the pool concept. And then representation. I know Aaron thought it would be an advantage where someone's paying attention to your account really on a daily and weekly basis. So that weighs into one reason where you might want to consider. You wouldn't have to necessarily switch all of your accounts. Some of the entities that I've talked with that have worked with me for 20 years have split it up, and then some have just changed completely. So you have several options that you can consider.
Okay. Art?
Has Aaron got any, do you have anything to say about it, or can you say?
I mean, switching those over, I mean, that's not our operating accounts. So like, I wouldn't be worried about, oh, we missed a sales tax distribution or something like that. These just sit here to collect interest. So, you know, it's kind of up to you guys if you want the more conservative approach with.
Is it gonna cost you a lot of work?
Yeah.
I'll need to talk to our auditors about how to set it up in QuickBooks. That's.
Based on the returns we're getting on either account, these are very conservative investments by CSAFE or this organization. Because they're not speculating in the market. So government instruments, basically, I guess.
And it is, yes, that's correct. And that is designed by state statute. So the state statutes, their main goal is to preserve principle for local governments like yours.
Ready?
They've already asked the questions I was gonna ask.
Chuck?
No, I don't have any further questions.
Okay. Well, we need a motion to do this, and I would like to take a little time to think about it. And to talk further with our staff. So if you don't mind, I'd like to table this to the next meeting, whether or not so we have more time than what we've had tonight. You need a motion to table?
Yeah.
I'd like a motion to table.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Okay. All right, thank you. And all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. God bless.
Yeah. All right, item C, consideration request to use Geo Permit online permit application portal. Ladies, okay? Just.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Delana Crawford and I am the Director of Custer County Planning and Zoning. We are currently using a Geo Permit portal platform. We got a grant to get everything online. We've got, so now all of our permit processing and everything is done online. It's connected to the GIS on QPublic. And so when someone goes in to our planning and zoning website, they will click on the permit they want, whether it's a building permit, whether it's they're there to file a complaint, they can do that on there. Whether they're wanting to do a variance, whether it's multi-dwelling, short-term rentals, or vacation of lot lines, they can do all that all online. And it sends emails to all the entities that will be in charge of that, as well as the assessor's office. So they receive everything right away, any permits or anything that's issued. And a really nice thing about this is that right now this portal is already set up in the GIS. So when someone goes in and they put in their parcel number, if that parcel number is for a municipality instead of out in the county, it will, because you guys aren't set up with permits, it just directs them to your phone number, and then they can contact you guys to get the permits. But my idea for doing this was that it would be really good if we were all on the same page, and the county and both municipalities. So when someone does move in and wants to get a building permit, they just put in their parcel number and it directs them straight to the permit portal to that town. It also houses your contractors. You can do your renewals on there, licensing renewals for your contract. It will generate those letters for you, so the office staff doesn't have to do it. Just like your short-term rental renewals, it'll do that. So you can do this platform has an onboarding, so you can go in and your staff can do the training, and they can create the permits in the portal that is compatible to your town. It also has every year, it gives you more hours, so they update every year that you have access to their live office for questions. If you need to update your portal with new information, it also has a spot on there where you could do code enforcement. So your code enforcement officer can put in scheduling and do all of that. It has place where notes, was this compliance thing finished, or is there still information that still needs to be done or things that need to be changed? So that's a really nice thing. Right now we are under a grant. We got a grant for this portal. And so we are covered through the end of 2026 for this grant. And so what we are asking or proposing is that the two municipalities would join with us. Custer County taking most of the portion of the fee, which it's $24,000 for the whole year to have this Geo Permit portal. That is also having the portal of QPublic, where all of your permits would be uploaded to QPublic. So whenever a landowner or realtor or somebody wants to make sure that this property is permitted correctly and all of that, everything would be available for the public that is on that file for that property. So that $24,000 also includes the QPublic portal as well. So Custer County would pay $12,000 of it, and then we were asking the two municipalities to pay $6,000 a year for that portal. Another part of this that we have too is scanning your files. So we have 2 part-time employees that come in. They're scanning all of our files onto QPublic. And so that would be something that you guys would have access to,
Finish your sentence.
if you would like for your files to be scanned as well.
You're talking about our past permits?
All your past files, yep. And any new permits.
Okay. How does this look at, so somebody's, they want a building permit to build a house, and we like to look at the plans. Because we have to meet ordinances there, setbacks and so forth. How is that handled? They still have to come in and do that?
So what happens is when they go online and they present their permit online, they do all their information. They have to upload their building plans, they have to upload their site plans. And then once they upload those, then whoever oversees those, that they get an email that generates to them that a building permit has been submitted. They have to review that building permit, the plans, and they approve it. Once that builder approves, or the person that looks over the plans approves it, they just hit approve, and then it sends an email to that homeowner that they can now pay for their permit.
If we permit just about everything, we try to, if somebody wants to do a curb cut, and that would require a permit. And that system will handle something that's.
It will handle anything you want to create on that portal. So that's why, so we're totally different than you guys because we're non-code, of course, but you guys have a lot more different inspections and different permits that you require. So when you do your, the first part of the onboarding, then you would create that portal to suit you and what you guys require.
So are you saying that you're actually asking for the 6,000 effective for 2027?
Yes. So it would be that you guys would get a year free. Of course, we would have our attorney draw off a draft, stating, that you have agreed to the beginning of paying of 2027. But you would have that whole year of 2026. Our onboarding actually ends in December, but I have spoke with, because we were trying to get with you guys before, but with all the changes in all the offices, we weren't able to. But so I have spoke with Geo Permits and they have agreed to expand that time. So if you guys in Silver Cliff decide to go, they will give you more onboarding time, so it won't be over in December.
And has Silver Cliff agreed?
So Silver Cliff is really interested. Unfortunately, we were supposed to be on their agenda last month as well, like here, and we didn't get put on. So we're waiting to hear back from them.
What if they don't approve it?
If they don't approve it, then Custer County will take their 6,000 and you guys will we're still not planning on charging you guys any more than 6,000. Because we do a lot more per.
So, Snyder does QPublic anyway.
Yes.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty integrated.
Right.
So we would have 2026 to create our process?
So you would have until the end of March, which she said she could probably push out that a little bit longer, but that would just be your implementation of creating your permits. So you guys would meet every 2 weeks for an hour. You would start sending them what your permits look like, and they'll start generating what you want, everything, and then you guys will test it, and then you can go live onto your website.
And the scanning of all of the existing permits and so forth?
So the scanning is over for our grant. The scanning is over the end of 2026. So if you wanted to be part of that scanning, then we would have until the end of 2026 to scan the documents.
But that could come on later. That wouldn't necessarily.
No, and you don't have to do the scanning if you don't want. You don't have to have your files scanned.
All of our permits are already scanned, they're digitized, so they could be just.
Just uploaded, yep.
You have to
onto
kind of make a
QPublic.
decision about what's proprietary and what isn't, because the public doesn't get every part of every file and every piece of property, so.
And that's what our scanners do too.
Protections in there.
They could look through, those. What we do is they scan all the permits, but if there's any compliance stuff, there's any financial information, that all goes into we call it a vault. And that's only for the eyes of the assessor and planning and zoning, so it's not made to the public.
So you could just tag them?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
All I have.
Yeah. I don't know, I have to talk over that.
Randy?
Nothing right now, like I said, you know, you two have gotten most of the stuff already, answers for. So, I'm a little confused. I mean, the county doesn't even have a building code. So are they planning on updating this to where they come into more, come in line with the town?
No, so you guys will still be your own entity. So it's
Right.
going to be the county and the two municipalities. The only thing, they're allowing you guys to envelope with us in this geo permit system. You guys are still gonna do your own thing and we're gonna still do ours. When someone comes in and puts in their parcel number, it's just gonna direct them to where they need to go, to the county, to Westcliff, or to Silvercliff. They're never going to be tied into anything you guys do. We're still gonna be non-code and you guys are still gonna be what you are. But they'll never know what we're doing because immediately when they put in their parcel number, they're directed right to the municipality they need to go to.
Okay, I'm gonna defer my next question to you two. What do you think of this system?
That's what
I think it's a good idea. I think it would streamline a lot of things and help a lot of people get directed to where they go, because like 2/3 of phone calls we take is telling them to call the county or call Silvercliff, and to have it all look like we're working together, and I think it's a great idea.
So quite often people don't know whether they are in the county. They come to your office for town issues because you have a sign out and they figure you handle all that stuff. So this could streamline that part of it. I see.
Further questions, Chuck?
Well, we'll have to enter in all of our, since we're a coded municipality, meaning we have a lot of building code, do all those codes have to be entered in individually?
Right, so when you guys do your onboarding, you will tell that IT guy, you know, we have to have an inspection with this and we have to have an inspection with this. And then it literally will just send out emails and the inspector will schedule things and it'll all be on that portal. So it'll be, the email goes to the homeowner and the inspector and then.
No, I understand
Yeah.
that,
But your codes will be on there too.
right, so somebody from the town will have to enter the coding data into this system.
Once you do your onboarding, and then once the onboarding's, then it's already there.
And can I have?
Yes.
Can I add to that, kind of help answer that? I will say it's super easy. So we just meet with them like once every couple of weeks. And all you have to do is kind of tell them, like, this is the process we go through. And then, like for us, what we did is we just gave them a copy of the permits we already use. And they took that and just made it into the online format. So it's really easy to get that part set up, and they're there to help you through all of that too.
You're talking about the vendor, Snyder? Okay.
Well, I think what Chuck was talking about is that we have, and I don't know what version of the code we use. You guys remember?
Yeah, 2016.
2016 code. And then will that need to go in there?
Yeah.
What parts of the code, of that code have we adopted?
So that'll just depend on you guys' preference, whether you want it on there, because.
But, I mean, there's a lot of verbiage there that they have to hand enter. Or will this company know what the code is, the 2016 codes, and just be.
That's electronic already,
Oh,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I don't really think, you know, on that part, really, the system isn't doing the inspections and improving it, you know, approving it. The inspector is going out and saying, okay, they met code. And then he's going back onto his computer and saying, inspection completed, approved. Or he can send them an email and said, you know, say, well, this electrical box or this whatever needs to be moved, or your gutters or whatever, and send them an email that needs to be revised or updated, and then he reschedules another inspection. So as far as the codes, That's just really just the inspector, but I don't think that needs to be on there because the homeowner, that's between, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's up to you guys what you want on your portal.
Now, you'll be handling this, so the only thing, she needs to say something. I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'll be getting the emails and then coordinating with Dwight to do the inspections. He'll come back just like he does now, comes back and says whatever he, if it's approved or not approved, and then they call me or email me, and so this will be all automated and more streamlined and easier to schedule.
I just don't want to put a load on him trying to
Dwight's
do
not gonna-
computer
He's
work.
not gonna touch the computer. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, okay, and my other question is, what about the fees? Now, is there going to be,
They can pay them online through this.
but shouldn't we have a little more control over the fees?
So you'll set up your own fees. Your own fees will be put up there and then your own payment portal. So we have auto agent. So whoever you guys use, you guys will do your own online payment. So whatever the town of Westcliff uses, then your treasurer will get with the geo permit, and that's the payment portal that the money will go directly to you guys. It will never go to the county.
And we already have that sort of system set up already?
We do.
Okay.
Through the state. Through the state, yeah. Through the state.
Through the state, okay.
Chuck, did you get your question answered?
Well, I'm still just concerned about how much the onboarding that you're talking about, setting it up. Cause we don't have a planning and zoning person here. All we have is Dwight. There's part-time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, but I mean,
Well, I would be the one helping them onboard, giving them the
okay, all right.
permits and everything like that.
I have a question about the financial part of it. I'm kind of familiar with ArcGIS, which is the basis of the Q Public. Is there going to be any requirements for us to license workstations to put this software on?
So we already have that license with Q Public.
But do you have it for enough stations to cover the two towns as well?
Yes, so it was all, when we created this, we created it with the idea that we were going to invite the two municipalities to be part of it. So it is already in Geo Permits and Q Public that we were gonna ask you guys to join us.
So we get a license, an operation license within yours
Right.
for how many stations too?
Um,
Because you'd want one and Dwight would want one as well.
Dwight won't want one. Dwight doesn't do anything on the computer, so.
Okay.
What if it wasn't Dwight? What if it were someone else?
Good point.
well, and you can have, like it says on here, you can have as many people generated in that you want. So like, for instance, with us, I get them, Cheyenne gets them, and Kristen gets them in the assessors. So all three of us are part of that.
So we can make two here then. What's the potential for the price going up after this first year of?
So there is a 5% annual increase is what they said.
That's what they project right now. Okay.
So can we get out of this at any time?
I mean, you can, that would be between you guys and the attorney, however you guys wanted to take on that, hey, we want to do this for 2 years, or, you could put that in.
But if you opted out or we opted out, we wouldn't be jeopardizing your position in it, would we?
No, because if you guys opted out, then we would just pick up the,
We're just a port. Thank you.
but we would always take on 50%. I mean, if both municipalities want to be part of it, then we'll always do the 50%. If not, if only one of you do, then we'll do the 75.
Melanie, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have more questions. I already have met with them. It's my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, any further questions?
We'll have to take that money. If we're gonna have that, be able to use the budget for next year, taking it out of that, or we're gonna have to?
It's not until 2027.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so a full year, so the first year's free.
Further questions?
We'll make a motion to move forward with the geo permit process with the county.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Been moved in second for the discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Item C, consideration request to close Third Street on November 29th for a holiday block party. Bianca? About that?
Very excited today because I finally get to give you guys something that's fun. These are still kind of roughs. But I brought these so you can see what your generosity. What the board. You good? Anyone else? So your generosity as a board with supporting the business roundtable with the downtown micro grants and a wreath contest. I want to draw your attention to this overview right here. This poster is basically our entire town working together, talking to each other and collaborating. This is everything that is going on around here in one place. As well as the November 29th block party there. That's more of a community-minded thing. December 6th, there's so much of that going on anyways. We just put it all in one place. A little bit that the roundtable's doing, and then, you know, New Year's. So we have the opportunity in being able to promote this to the Front Range and maybe have people come up and use some of our lodging properties, eat at some of our restaurants, drink some of our coffee, all that good stuff. Officially, here on the schedule, Custer Commissioner Epp, under the County and Kids Council, is who is put in for the 3rd Street closure on the 29th. There was a little back and forth. Aaron wasn't sure if we actually needed to be on the agenda for the board to approve that closure. So here I am. We are on the agenda and we're asking for the closure of 3rd Street. And then you'll see 2 breakout posters. There's a 3rd one coming. So just as a heads up and FYI, that's the master poster. Then you can see the holiday block party, what the breakdown is there. December 6th, everything that's going on there. We'll have a New Year's final to the year and hopefully try to wrap in the promotions the weekend following. So we'll have 2 to 4 days there that we're promoting the town. I'm trying to be mindful of time. So I'm just kind of gonna read off a couple things with the 3rd Street closure. I do have a note to check with Neil on the day before the parking spaces there. With the closure, do we put cones there for a couple of those parking spaces so people don't park there like the day before? So that's one question we have. I do have a side note for December 6th, but I guess since I'm on the agenda for the closure of 3rd Street, I guess we need to get approval or board vote or whatever on that.
The fire department, did you talk to the fire department about closing 6th Street?
Neil did. That's why we're putting, instead of putting the tree, so what, and I guess, I don't know if we've been here since then. So the tree is not going in the middle of the street.
I got that. I
Oh, okay.
understand that, but
Yeah.
closure of the street, for what purpose?
The block party will be in the street of 3rd Street. The tree will be on the corner
I got all that, but
because it's a lot of people. It's a lot of
so we
people.
have a fire truck that needs to get through. That's the question.
Third
Yeah.
from where to where?
It's just from Main Street to halfway down towards Rosita to the alley. Yeah, so you're basically closing off from the corner. I think there's a house or 2. So I guess if that house or 2 were to catch on fire, I guess that would be an issue. Or the rest of the block.
Are they gonna have, are there just gonna be people standing there?
Yes.
Or are there gonna be tables in the street or?
So there will be grills, there will be music, which probably we'll put off to the side. The Grinch from Ace will be there. And there's a ornament decorating station that's probably under by a little worn shop there on the corner because they have a little covered thing.
But I think you need to talk to the fire department. I just think you need to tell them what's going on.
We can do that. Commissioner Knapp, I think up to now, what was recommended, was, approaching you guys. The posse with the sheriff is gonna be, the county is gonna ask the posse to be there, to help with, you know,
Right.
people versus traffic. So we certainly will approach the fire department just to let them know and see what their, procedures are.
Kip, you used to be fire chief, didn't you? Didn't you guys frown on closing Third Street?
It's not so much the street, it's just make sure that there's access to the fire plug. Don't,
The fire what?
The fire plug.
Oh, yeah, it's on the corner and we would not be blocking that.
Just make sure that it doesn't get blocked and that it has access to it.
25 feet.
25 feet.
They didn't put on enclosures, that's for sure.
I remember in the past, they used to, a couple times, they used to actually bring a fire truck down there on the main street and park it.
They probably do that.
So if something did happen, it's already there.
Yeah, I'd get them involved.
Yeah, we can certainly go and talk to the fire department and make sure they're in the loop of what's going on.
Yeah, just talk to you.
So, thanks, Kip, appreciate it. The street, the tree lighting, when you hear when Dina wants to start her parade at 5:30.
So that's two different dates. So the November 29th is a block party, which is community minded.
I'm looking at, I'm sorry, the 6th.
Oh, the 6th,
So
yes.
we can move that. I mean, I don't know how many people will have this in hand, say, oh, it's supposed to be at 5:30.
This is a rough, I have put it on, online only because the tourism board really wanted it sooner than later, but it is still a draft and what is gonna be promoted going forward can be changed. But yeah, I mean, right now, we can put the parade of lights, right now it says dark, we can put 5:30. And then the tree lighting ceremony, we can just take out 5:30 and we can just leave following the parade. The wreath, contest winners will be announced outside of Jones Theater, following the parade of lights and tree lighting. And then the Christmas Carol staged reading is after that. So we've tried to leave it as vague as possible, but so there's a flow throughout downtown and
Were we, donating money for lights? I think I remember that a couple meetings ago.
The wreaths.
It was kicked around, it was wreaths.
Just the wreaths?
yeah.
Wreaths.
Yeah, you guys bought the wreaths and $200 micro grants, which people are already, they have until the 22nd to finish decorating and then the receipts will be turned into the town.
Thank you.
But we didn't ask for any lighting or,
This looks really ambitious.
it does look ambitious. Really, the 29th is where the business roundtable, business owners and all the volunteers, we're having the most hands-on. The rest of a lot of this was a lot of walking and talking and calling people, which seems to be within my forte anymore in this period of my life. So it really, all it is this community, county, West Cliff and Silver Cliff finally talking to each other. That's what this poster really
It's a
represents.
novel idea.
Yeah. And unabashedly, I just go in and talk to people. So a lot of this is happening anyways. Now we just have a way and one easy place where people can see everything that's going on. We can let the people on the Front Range know, wow, this is a really cool place to come during the holidays and get away from the town, the city crowds.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you have I really like the idea of the flow and all that. You develop a crowd and then you move them around from place
Yes.
to place. Is there some way that you can kind of steer them? Have you got a way of doing that?
Really.
Like one event, they'll tell everybody, hey, look, the next thing is.
We are trying. We're gonna try. That is, we've talked with Eileen at Silver Cliff, whether somebody in Silver Cliff will really know, or if the people in Silver Cliff will be there because they saw this poster, not really sure. But the fire department traditionally takes Santa from Silver Cliff, rolls him down to the park, so hopefully people will follow. at the park. Hopefully Santa will be there and or Scott from Jones Theater might be in a Scrooge outfit. He had the intention, but his mother recently died. But hopefully there we can announce, hey, wreath winners and reading of Carol at the Jones Theater now. So that is our hope.
Going that way.
We are kind of a group of volunteers, so it is our hope is the best I can tell you on that.
See how it goes.
And since we're talking about the 6th, I do have one, we've worked through pretty much the majority of this. There's a little oversight. Thought I'd, run it by you guys since if it needs a vote or it doesn't need a vote or have to do something. On the 6th, so there are 7 bakers in this town. There's 8 or 9, but there's 7 who are gonna join in on a Christmas Kringle Bakers Mart, which Peter Stetter with his building there allows the Custer County Kids Council to have their fundraiser and tree auction. But we were gonna put these 7 bakers in the entryway and join in with them. They love it because the two things kind of just, it's a bigger thing. But Peter wasn't sure. He can allow the kids to be there, Kids Council can be there because that's a fundraiser. These bakers we're going to be selling for profit. So we didn't know, he wanted us to check. There's another kind of permit. I'm fairly sure each of these businesses, since they were all at the farmer's market, know that they have to collect their own sales tax and remit it to the town, that kind of thing. But is there some kind of permission or permit or something through you guys that we need to allow the bakers to be in the entranceway of the Kids Council fundraiser?
If they were-
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, if they already have a business license and a sales tax license with us, they wouldn't need anything extra.
Okay.
If they're Westcliff,
Yeah.
if they're based in Westcliff, or they are the farmers market people, they don't live here, but they sell there, they still have to have a permit and so forth. So if they're from Silver Cliff, they don't have a business license from us. But they are required just to collect sales tax and submit it. So.
Yes.
and what they sell.
I guess mostly I wanted to make sure that there was no vote from the board that needed to happen today. The rest I can work out with you guys if that's okay. They all sell in the park over the summertime, so I know one is, I think from Cotopaxi, Cabin Kitchen or something. Rebecca Miller, the Amish lady, she, I think is Cotopaxi. The rest, Back to Basics, Marie, she does the donuts, and Lavadura is gonna be there, the cannoli lady will be there. So as long as there's no board vote, I can spare you the time and I can just work with these lovely ladies at another moment. Absolutely, sales tax will be needed to be collected and remitted. I understand that.
If it's being sold in Westcliff, then the sales tax would be coming to Westcliff, correct? That's the way it works, okay, just want to make sure.
Anything else to ask of Bianca?
Yes, on item D for the 29th, the holiday block party. Your flyer says from noon to 4.
Yes.
So what time did you want the street block?
I was gonna ask you how, when you have events, we basically, I guess, 11 to 5 would be prudent so we can set up and break down. I think you said that you would give us what you want, like what's required for the street closure, because staff isn't really in on Saturdays and the posse will be there as well. But my main question was, do we put cones on the parking spaces the day before, or
Well,
whatever you want us to do with that?
if it's approved for the closure, yes, we have to coordinate with CDOT that closure will happen, just so they know that that's going to be closed from wind to wind. The cones will come up, and then if you wanted a fire truck there, your fire department involved, then they need to be there and set up to help block. Businesses in your area should be notified, so they're not parking in the area beforehand. If we put cones up the day before, they normally walk off, disappear, get kicked out of the way or whatever. So we won't put any cones or barricades up until the event needs to be blockaded off. So
Okay.
if you want that at 10 o'clock, we'll block it at 10. If you want it at 9, we'll come out and block it at 9.
I guess my main thought on that is it would be really, because there's going to be a lot of events there. However, the earliest we can get cones out there to try to not get people to park that day. I'm trying to be conscious of the fact that you don't have staff working on that Saturday. We can put the cones out, whatever earliest you let us.
If it's approved to close the street, I'll have to be out there probably at 7 o'clock, and start blockading it off. And that gives your setup crews access in and out, of course, but it blocks the general public out.
Well, a lot of those, the businesses on the east side of Third Street, they're like office businesses. They're not gonna typically be there on
Well,
Saturday.
and I think they're Main Street facing.
Right, but like the staff employees
Yeah.
usually park there on Third, but
Yeah.
nobody'll be there.
It'll be closed Saturday.
If you work with the fire department, they may be able to use that truck at the alley to be your south block,
Yeah.
which might be. a
It'd be
way-
kind of fun too, if
Yeah, I mean, you get a couple of those.
If they'd let the kids kind of, again, I grew up on army bases. Anytime we had a community event, you had like helicopters and tanks you could crawl through and stuff. It'd be neat if the fire department let them do that on one of their trucks. I don't know if they've ever done that, but I'll talk to them. But timeline wise, we're really trying to be respectful for what you guys and Neil, fire department, so you say definitely 11 to 5 makes sense for setup and breakdown, so we can make sure everything is properly set up and then cleaned up. Trash, make sure all the trash is picked up. We'll have trash cans, etc. So 11 to 5 is our real probably crunch time. But as far as how early in the morning or whatever you guys want to approve or do, I'm gonna just leave it up to your best judgment.
Okay, very good. Further questions of Bianca? I'll accept a motion to approve closing Third Street, November 29th for the holiday block party. Yeah, I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Moved and second.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Just maybe the location is gonna be from Main Street to the east-west alley south.
Yes,
Okay.
should be plenty of space. And just to reiterate, the board is okay with the bakers, as long as we get sales taxes remitted and we work with the office staff. Perfect.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, the fire truck's gonna be there, and if you wanna hurt people, just lift one of those hoses up.
Hopefully the fire plug out over the summer.
Yeah, thank you, Bianca. All right,
People on 4th of July.
Connie, you're up. This is a consideration of what vacate lot lines between 37A and 36 in lot 36 Shallow Ridge. And the planning committee has recommended this. Go ahead.
And I have a foolish question. How much does it cost to vacate a property line?
Zero.
Well, I got shortly after I submitted my application, an email that said it cost me $4,903. And,
Remember?
yeah, but I just wanted them to know about it.
It happened.
And
I'll send some
it's
emails.
official looking, because then they lowered the price to
We have
2,000.
vacated lot lines many times.
And it said that it was, there was a dilapidated building and a garage on that property. Well, so I said, no, that's absurd. And then I got another email a week later that was signed by Caleb Patterson, town manager, that said, oh, well, never mind, we've just decided it's $4,800. So anyway, I just wanted you all to know that this is happening. I have a copy of it.
Yeah, we talked on the phone.
Yeah. But if you need to see what they did, I mean, it's crazy. Huh?
I can get rid of that right now.
I just want to make sure that,
Emails all the time telling me that he wants to have a meeting, but if I could just get some gift cards instead. that would be great.
I get that too. I get that too. So
Anyway.
3 times a year.
I just wanted you all to know this is crazy. And if I didn't know a little bit more about this town and the people who aren't here anymore, I would send a check if I thought that was,
We'll take a check.
Yeah, but it won't come to us.
Where are you gonna
It's gotta go to somebody in Las
no,
Vegas.
you have to, it has directions, you have to call for, what do you call it? Wiring it, yeah. You wire them the money. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that the cost was not $4,800 because I wasn't gonna do it. So
I
that's all.
wonder if we shouldn't put something on our Facebook page and to the paper that says that there's been some scams.
I think that's a great idea because who would know if they just moved here? I mean, they might write a check or
Do the wire transfer.
wire money. That's, so anyway, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up, so.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
CBS, talk to Peggy. CBS can help you with these sort of things.
Okay.
So,
We can do
yeah, I mean,
KRDO 13.
internet.
Oh, the,
yeah.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve item E.
I make a motion to approve the vacation of the lot lines between 37A and 36 in Shadow Ridge.
I'll second.
And moved in second, further discussion?
Which one are you?
I don't know. How many Tootsie Rolls are you gonna give me?
A bag, a whole bag,
Right.
and a bag for you too.
Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item F, consider request to allow 2025 facade grant approved application to finish work beyond the December 1st deadline. Jim, are you here?
Yes, I'm online. Good evening, Mayor and the board. And I appreciate you considering this, but I tried to do my due diligence through all this. And I can kind of just go through a timeline of events. So I got the bid early in the year and I submitted the grant, sent it certified April 5th. Grant was approved June 26th. And I basically signed the contract and gave them the down payment on the 30th of June. And then they ordered the door at Ace that week. Let's see, the door was finally delivered about 3.5 months later on October 17th. They installed the door on October 28th. And then I guess Jeremiah of Taylor Construction had told me afterward, I thought everything was ordered together, but he wanted to get the door in and then get exact measurements of the transom window above the door. So he ordered that on November 3rd. And Ace told him that the delivery date would be 5.5 weeks, which is around December 11th. So I was asking basically for I figure estimate like a 3-week extension to submit the receipts and form, beyond the December 1st deadline.
So any discussion of his request?
We might give it a little more time.
Yes, he needs more time.
Yeah, I think we should extend it.
Yes, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough.
So we'll extend it till, how long do you need, Jim, do you think?
Well, I asked Jeremiah, he said that currently the window's supposed to come in the last week in November, but he believes just because of Thanksgiving, it's probably going to be the first week of December. And he's going to need a week or so to get it stained, get it installed and sealed. So I was looking at like a 3-week extension just in case weather or whatever else might come up.
How about December 31st?
That works really well.
Okay. I make a motion that we extend the permit, the facade grant for Sugar Lump till December 31st. Need a second?
I'll second it. Go ahead.
I'll second. I do want to say that this is different than what the other grant, facade grant, that was brought to us several months ago. So where that was 3 years. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. So for discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Well, good
All
luck,
right.
Jim.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Aaron, also for putting me on the agenda. And
Yeah, no
have-
problem, Jim. Thanks.
And have a nice Thanksgiving.
You too.
Thanks.
Consideration request, item G, consideration of request for Main Street Alliance, owned by Richard Beatty, to manage the Main Street programs. You, Richard?
Yes, I'm Richard. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Board, for allowing me to speak. Pretty much on behalf of Main Street America and also Main Street Colorado, which is a state, Westcliff did partake in that in that program, and Silver Cliff as well. I met with Silver Cliff Board of Trustees and the mayor, and what I need is really a letter of acceptance and that endorsement, basically, to restart that Main Street process, as far as coming alongside businesses, coming alongside the town, and both towns and everybody on Main Street, to get involved in the Main Street program, which is a state program, and that's where we have gotten a lot of grants, and those are the reasons why, being a resident and a business owner, and my wife Jill owns Music Mountain Instruments, so we really want to be involved in the community in getting these programs going again. And there's a lot of hoops to jump through. We would have to come back as an aspiring member because it takes a while to become an achieving member because there are prerequisites and they do change from time to time. And so I would be willing to manage that program. It is traditionally, or in most places, it is a town position, but they are willing to waive that. I am also in contact with a lot of Main Street Colorado members, like Victor, cities like Cripple Creek, Salida, and through my creative and studio practice that I have, and I do a communications business as well. So that's what I'm asking for, is just a letter of endorsement to explore that again.
Good questions. Have you talked with the Main Street Roundtable that exists right now?
Just recently, I didn't even know they existed until last week, and that's and so I have talked to them, and I have talked to Wet Mountain Tourism as well, Valley Tourism, and it is a different organization that I am undertaking. I have invited the members of the roundtable to be on the board that I have to form to do this. It really is a cooperation of organizations.
Oh, I know. I was one of those first people.
I know
that
you
did
were.
it. And it was the Cliffs Action Revitalization Team. And one of the problems we ran up against was, is it chamber? How is this, and who, and it was a lot of overlap and a lot of confusion for a lot of people. And since we do have such an active Main Street group right now, business group, I wouldn't want to do anything that could be perceived as stepping on their toes. But in that vein, I'd also like to know, since we were involved before, do we get fast tracked or do we have to start all the way over again?
We're starting all the way over again. I talked to Gail this afternoon again, and I really don't think they have any leeway in that, and it's just a state type of thing. So I do not want to be stepping on anybody's toes. I do want to work together with. I do think that there is, it is a separate focus on what Main Street Colorado is doing and what the Business Roundtable is doing. And I applaud them for what they are doing. And I do want to come alongside them and serve them in any way that I can.
And what would Main Street Colorado be doing? Like, what could Main Street Colorado do for our community?
Well, the micro grants are really good, and I think that's a good thing. But the grants are more they're more on the macro side of things. When I spoke with Silvercliff, Buck had talked about the program and said it was just very hard for the town to administer, and that's why it dropped off. It is very paperwork oriented, as you know, because you've been part of it. It is a good kind of feather in the cap of Westcliff and Silvercliff to cooperate. And Main Street is the backbone of community, and I think that's their aim, and that's what my aim is as well.
You said macro level grant, for example.
For example, I don't know if I have any examples for that I know of. I do know that there's revitalization in the towns that I work with in my creative practice, and when I talk to people, they do have kind of like what you're doing with the facade grants and those type of levels of grants. Some are matching, some are just state.
I have an example. I know an example for you. Lake City, that community, which is really, you have to know to go, like it's really a destination spot. It's not on the way to anything, but their history had to do a lot with raised boardwalks because it was so muddy and bad there. And they got some of these grants to rebuild all the boardwalks across their whole downtown area to kind of bring that history back and get people out of the mud at the same time.
That's a good example. Thank you. Yeah, so those kind of things.
All right, so I was involved with that, we call it the Main Street Initiative, Main Street Manager. It's got like 10 years ago now.
It's been a while, yeah.
And it was basically a flop. We didn't get any done. And I was president of Chamber of Commerce at the time. I raised money from this board and from other places, and we were trying to do events, basically focus on events of people bringing people into town. And we didn't get, it was work. You had to volunteer. And that's where it really fell down. We didn't get a lot of people to volunteer.
Yeah.
But that was about the same time we got Dark Skies approved. Dark Skies organization approved this as a Dark Skies, both towns as a Dark Skies community.
Right.
And that helped a lot in the short term. That wasn't us. That was somebody else that did that. But I'm just saying, doing it or saying it and doing it are two completely different things. And maybe Bianca knows better about how many people like to get it personally, actually get involved. You've been working on a hell of a thing here, but how many people are doing it?
Well, and see, that's where, I did get your emails and Deb and Lauren, and we kind of talked. So I think our perceived difference is, we purposefully, there was a discussion up front if we wanted to be called an alliance or a roundtable. We wanted to be a roundtable because it is less formal and it is friendlier and business people drop in and drop out as they can. There's a group of 2, 3, 4 people, 5 people that are more leads and a core, and then, but we cannot apply for big grants, like this 3rd Street closure is under Commissioner Epp. But, you know, because we don't have a certificate of insurance or anything, we come to you guys for micro grants or money, or we go to tourism for money. So I think that's the main difference. Is I think what you're proposing is a more formalized board and structure, which I don't know who will sit on that board, because we have people drop in and out. So,
Right.
yes, there's a lot of boards in this area, and if it would be, I agree, it would be a struggle, and I am concerned that with the tentative activity and joining in of a lot of the business owners along Main Street, even into this informal structure, now having 2 overlapping and one trying to be more formal and get, you know, people to sit in. The confusion, there would be confusion. I don't know how to work together, maybe, so that people understand that there's still a round table they can jump in and out of, or sit on the board. So I'm a big fan of creative thinking and presenting. So I'm not saying that that's impossible.
You and me both.
Yeah, and I think there's some real concerns with the downtown. John Van Doren talks a lot about the ice, or, you know, the north side and keeping our Main Street clean, or maybe there's parking or access, wayfinding signs to the parking lot behind the grocery store. Maybe that's stuff that this group could do, that funding wise could come from outside of the town. How to avoid confusion, or who to get to sit on the board, are definitely 2 huge concerns.
Right, and as Bianca has said, this is in the spirit of collaboration, and that's what I think, that if we had 2 organizations, or we had one and we kind of just either merge it, or do something and brainstorm about how this is going to work, I think it's a win-win. Silver Cliff had a different attitude about. They said that there was a lot of benefits that they experienced. They did not see it as a flop.
I think you're talking about a different, that was before CART existed. What you did
Yes, yeah.
was before that.
Well, okay, so let's have a discussion.
My biggest thing would be, because I'm in support of this, but I would want to make sure that out of the gate, you have talked with the round table, and that I see a lot of times in this community, when another entity starts up, it's like there tends to be a lot of hostility right away. So if there could be like some sort of go and meet with them and make sure that they understand and that they're on board with what you're doing, and they're gonna be supportive and not be at odds with you, like when we started CART, chamber wasn't really existing anymore, but there was still some blood left over from that, and so we fought that, not wanting to fight any of it, but it was just, no one was trying to do anything bad. But we're small enough that when you start to get just that little bit of opposition, it just destroys everything.
I agree.
Well, and just to clear that up, Richard has been very proactive he sent an email out. Unfortunately, I'm not interested on the board. Lauren Austin is not, Deb Adams is not. But there are some other people who maybe, unfortunately, Tammy Patterson could be. She's been a standard lead, or Kim at K2, but I don't think there'd be animosity. I just don't know.
Well, to me, there seems to be something about defining duties. I mean, I look at this, they're asking for a motion to be made. And I'm not so sure how we structure a motion. It just says to manage Main Street programs. Well, that's a huge umbrella.
Well, Main Street Colorado programs.
So they are an existing viable entity.
Main Street
that wants
Colorado.
us to have an organization to administer their activities locally. Is that it?
Well, they are coming alongside the community. So like Main Street Alamosa is a Main Street Colorado group. Main Street Victor is a Main Street Colorado.
So your motion is to make a Main Street Westcliff?
Main Street West Cliff, or actually both cliffs, actually, so.
The cliffs, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes more sense. Little cliff.
Well, when
I called it Main
we did it, it was a
Cliff.
cliff. When we did this
Beneath.
15 years ago, it was a cliff.
Well, I remember a huge fight back in the seventies between a group called the Merchants Association
Oh,
and the Chamber of Commerce.
right,
And they did not see eye to eye because the Merchants Association was only concerned with parking on the 100 block of Main Street.
oh,
And the chamber was trying to get everything going.
right,
So, but they ended up at cross purposes and nothing got done.
right.
So I understand, you know, what you're saying there.
And maybe it's a good idea, we're just kind of back here whispering, I mean, maybe it's a good idea to figure out how this organization could work together
I think so.
first before.
Is it maybe to authorize Mr. Beatty to administer the state program on a local level? I mean, it's.
That's what I'm asking for, just actually an endorsement to go ahead and become a Main Street aspiring member, which I have to jump through a lot of hoops, which in cooperation with the business round table seems like a good and logical way to proceed.
Because if I understand, then if you went in and moved forward with the Main Street Colorado, then that could afford opportunities for monies to be put toward our
Absolutely.
our businesses here, opportunities that these guys aren't gonna take because they don't have they're running their businesses.
They don't have the horsepower.
Right,
We are a very informal group, and
Right.
on purpose.
right.
Whereas you are proposing a very formal group on purpose.
Let me,
Unfortunately, what we're doing, I don't know that there's anybody within our group that will want to be a part of your group. And I'm just saying that truthfully as a.
As far as brainstorming, I think that's the spirit of collaboration, isn't it?
I mean, we can brainstorm together.
Right.
I just don't know if, like, as official board members,
Right.
you would get people from the round table to.
okay, I don't want you guys to solve this problem here. You can do
Yes.
that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Alex, do you have any input on this?
Yeah, I think it would be best probably not to adopt any sort of formal motion authorizing anything until you understand exactly the scope of what you're trying to achieve here. And that's not meant to criticize in any way the discussion, but don't hear any specific authorization that the town could really give at this point. And I think it would probably be best if we could adopt this, maybe even in like a written resolution when you do actually come to a conclusion, just to make sure that it's clear about the scope of the authority being granted by the town. I do feel like that's something that we haven't clearly defined here. I do get a little nervous when I start to hear there's an authorization for some sort of organization. The town doesn't want to delegate any authority that you're not clear on, especially not in a motion that seems to be kind of ill-formed here. So that would be my thoughts, but I'm happy to craft whatever the board would feel is appropriate. Sorry, I'm speaking directly to the board right now, because they're my client, not you, respectfully. Again, if the board feels that they want to adopt a resolution or put any motion forward right now, I would make sure that you're very clear on the authority you're delegating and the responsibilities that you are authorizing, because I think that this could be a little bit dangerous. So that would be my take on this.
I agree. What I'd like to do is table this motion, and I would like Richard and Bianca or the roundtable to come to a meeting of minds, one way or the other. Does that make sense?
Definitely, we are all open to a conversation.
So that you guys, so that we know, and you know, that you're gonna be working together, you're not gonna be working, you don't wanna be working at cross purposes. I'll tell you that right now, because that will be confusing, it'll fall apart. Period.
Totally open to the conversations, and just to I'm a big fan of anything that can get outside money coming into this area, we'll work together.
Okay. So I need a motion to table.
Yeah, well, I would encourage Mr. Beatty to, and you hit on it, find out if there is, this elephant's been already invented somewhere. Perhaps Main Street Victor or Main Street Cripple Creek or Main Street has crafted a document that allowed them to enter into this kind of a process. Maybe you can come up with a sample of something like that. There would be some hard copy for us to look at.
There is a,
Rather than try and invent some sort of a.
right. There is a state website that is part of that, and it is Main Street, Colorado. It's community development, and that's.
Maybe you could provide us with some of that
I would
documentation.
be happy to do
I
that.
appreciate that.
Thanks, Kim.
So I need a tabling motion.
I make a motion to table.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? We'll table this until you and Bianca and the round table have a chance to sit down and discuss. And then you'll come together, please, as two people, two organizations.
name got in there. Well, that's what happens when you come to all the meetings.
I know.
And then also at the same time, Richard, if you could, get us, or Victor, Cripple Creek, whoever it is, any document they had that authorized you to proceed. Other than just a letter of support. We want to know what we're getting into.
I understand.
Okay, very good.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you for that. Any additions to the agenda? None? Any staff reports? Committee reports? I'll accept the motion to adjourn. Doug, you have made any motion? You just sat there all night.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Informally, could you inform us of the status of our compatriot here?
He's home and he's healing. He's just really tired. So he couldn't come tonight, but I talked to him Sunday when he got home and he was asleep. I know I woke him up, I shouldn't have thought, but he says he's glad to get some sleep because the hospital's no place to get rest. And so he called today and he wasn't feeling too well, so he just stayed home. So I think he's fine.
I heard him to do that when I texted him about it. I haven't spoken to him about it.
So good. Yeah.
I'm gonna get all the work there.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, board.
We are adjourned. Okay.
Hey, Neil, I saw you up on a ladder today.